and welcome to our next episode. It is Canada Day. Cheers, happy Canada Day everybody. We're all set, we're off on another adventure. We've got our coffee, well mine's tea. Yours tea?
Mine's tea.
Yours tea?
Yeah.
We got our teas in our coffee cups. Oh well, it works. So we're off on an adventure today. It is a little cooler than it has been. Yesterday hit about 44 degrees and I think we're at about 24 today. 34, sorry. So it's a little bit cooler. We've got a ferry trip, we've got some off-roading, we've got some town shoots, we've got all sorts going on, so we'll bring you along. Hey guys, we're about halfway to the ferry right now and we just wanted to talk about something. We just passed a very nice pickup truck towing a lovely trailer and its pickup bed was full of pallets. Does anybody see an issue with that?
There's a few issues with them. One is you don't know what's been sprayed on the pallets. You don't know if it's been treated for something where you don't want to be breathing in the fumes. Somebody just pulled over for us so we can pass.
Somebody with a boat. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. The main reason is though, pallets are full of nails. And when you burn pallets, you leave the nails behind. And you normally find these fires are at junctions of roads.
Yeah, typically back roads, not normally in campgrounds, but on the forestry roads because they seem to be used a lot in the winter.
Yeah. There's also another issue with them right now. We've got a BC-wide fire ban on.
Yes.
For that's Category 2, Category 3 and also campfires. And that started today. So obviously the guy doesn't realise that he's carrying the pallets for no reason.
To talk about a commonly used firewood source out here that everybody thinks it's free, it's great, we'll just use it. But the amount of nails that can end up in your vehicle, like in your tires, are ridiculous from using the pallets. So definitely get some proper firewood if you're going to be burning and don't do it right now.
I do. I mean, I understand why they're getting pallets because firewood is so rare in BC. I mean, I can't see any wood.
No, there's no wood. You can't find trees anywhere over here.
No, we're so short of trees. In fact, we're passing right now about 20 blown down trees that nobody would have an issue if you took a chainsaw to and chopped them up. So, this is the first part of our journey done. We are pulling into, and we're going to have an argument about this again, the ferry at Fokia.
I think that's how you say it. We're on the Needles side though.
Oh, see, I thought I got it right and I was still wrong. So we're at a place called Needles. It's a little ferry that goes across the Arrow Lake.
Yes.
Which is part of the Columbia River.
Yeah, I believe it feeds into
My goodness, I'm getting lots of things right today. I normally call it Fokia, but it's...
You normally call it Farquhar.
Oh, I don't know. I normally get it wrong anyway. But we just arrived. We'll show you going onto the ferry and coming off, and we'll chat to you later on. About 15 minutes before embarking on the ferry, we burst into song. Please don't judge us. He stuck a feather in his cap and called it
macaroni.
So we've just had some watermelon out the back of the kitchen, our Overland Kitchens. Hey Al, great kitchen. We're just waiting now for the little barrier to go up. It comes across at every 45 minutes. Is that right?
I think every half hour.
Every half hour. Yeah, so the next departure would be at 2:45.
Yeah.
2:45. It always seems strange that you sit here, but I guess they can't go until the time because people might still be arriving. Although looking at behind us, I don't think that people right at the back are getting on. So they've got at least a half an hour wait.
I will say that this ferry fits on a surprising amount of cars though.
It does, but it's going like round the corner. We'll see. We'll see.
We're second from the front, so it doesn't really concern us.
Excellent. Well, we'll show you a bit from the front cameras and a bit of... Maybe we're even allowed to get out now because it's July the 1st, stage 3 and all that jazz.
We'll see.
Excellent. So we'll speak to you later. The Needles Cable Ferry runs across the Lower Arrow Lake, about 59 kilometres south of Nakusp on Highway 6, between Fokea on the east side and Needles on the west side.
Now we're in Fokea.
Fokwa. Okay, it's folk here.
Fokea.
There's some folk here. Anybody back in the UK would understand me, nobody else will. There's some folk here. So yeah, we've just come off the ferry. We've gone from Needles to Fokea. And we are about to overtake somebody. So the road from here now all the way to Nakusp, which is where we're going for this evening, it's a little bit one of those sketchy roads where the road's kind of subsided. So there's lots of sort of, it's like you're on a, what do you call it? I guess like a fairground ride where it's like, woo-woo. But with a big rig, something that's heavy and top heavy like we are, you've got to keep your wits about you. So maybe the front camera you'll be able to see what's going on. So unless my gorgeous wife has anything to say, I will speak to you later on.
We're about 56k from Nakusp. That's my input.
That was your entire input? 56k?
Yeah.
There is a hospital here though, just in case. We might need it. Towards Nakusp. We'd like to be reminded that Highway 6 is a two-lane highway passing between the Kootenay and Okanagan regions in the province of British Columbia, Canada. It is divided into two parts, the Nelson-Nelway Highway between the Canadian-US border and Nelson, and the Vernon-Slocan Highway between South Slocan and Vernon. So we're just about 15 minutes off the ferry and we're pulling into Burton Campground. We just come in here really to have a look around, see what it's like, see how many people are here, and show you guys what it looks like. It's been beautiful all day. Temperature's about 34, 35. It's just started to rain and the temperature has plummeted like down to 30, like in the matter of 10 meters along the road.
Yeah.
I've got a daughter in the back that's dealing with a jelly flood.
Don't hit the ground. Don't hit the ground. Don't hit the ground.
Can you hear her?
Don't hit the ground, Blue.
I don't think it's possible not to hear her.
Blue, don't hit the ground.
Apparently a jelly flood is off Ben and Holly. I don't know what that is.
I want another car.
So yeah, as usual, Burton, this campground we're in, looks pretty full.
But it's a really nice campground.
It is, it's a beautiful campground, yeah.
We've stopped here, I think, maybe 2
Normally
years
in the
ago.
winter.
Yeah, we normally come in off season, so we haven't actually stayed here in the summer.
And that,
But it's really nice and
Yeah.
it's pretty family friendly. There's some group areas as well and beach access, which is
Yeah,
great.
there's a day use as well, isn't there?
I think there
I think
is.
day use down here.
But it's really nice and we'll just hopefully get to show you a little bit. The beach is actually kind of gone right now. The water is really, really high.
The lake is high, yeah.
So we're just gonna see if we can take a little peek and show you what we've got over here.
Burton Historical Park Campground has 37 spacious campsites, featuring full modern washrooms and showers. 21 of the sites have power and water, fire pits, a dishwashing station, and beach access. There is horseshoe pits, sandy dump, and firewood. A boat launch and dock, and volleyball nets on the sandy beach. The camp hosts look forward to welcoming you. As you can see out the, well, you can't see out the front camera, but we can. As you will see once it's edited together, the lake looks absolutely beautiful today. It really is nice. There's a bit of a haze and I think a storm's just gone through, so I'm sure we're going to catch that all. find out what this campground's called.
McDonald's Creek.
She took all my thunder then. Maybe I'll do that again when she's not with me. Yeah, McDonald Creek Campground, Provincial Park.
I edit.
I can't win, can I, in this life? So again, this provincial park has a day use, and also there's lots of non-electrical hookup sites, and then there's a few electrical ones at the top. We'll put you a map of the camping so you can take a look.
I hear a wave track.
They have definitely put up signage saying that there is a campfire ban in effect. It came into effect today.
Today at noon.
Yeah. So it's not like you can deny it. Everybody knows it's in effect.
So we have a way of getting over that, which we'll show you later. It's a great product that we picked up from Lordco, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Lordco in Lumby. My only issue with provincial campground is how tree covered they are. I know that sounds strange, but they all seem claustrophobic.
But you also get privacy from the next campsite.
Yeah, I guess.
So you don't have to stare at the neighbors, which you don't get in an RV park most of the time.
No. It features several kilometres of fine sandy beach, waterfront sites and open grassy meadow. You can always find a quiet spot for yourself. Try some beach combing or join us for the fun of the main swimming area.
Some campsites that are just off to the side, on the same side as the lake, and then we've got some that are in the trees here. There's a couple of loops. I'm not sure exactly how many campsites there are in total.
No, I'm not sure either, but we'll find out because we'll stop and look at the map before we leave.
Yes. But again, it looks fully booked for this weekend.
It looks full, yeah. So we've got another thing that we, especially for our European people, when you live in Europe, the most scariest thing that you can find normally will be a fox or a dog or...
Wild boar, maybe?
Wild boar, yeah, there's some wild boar.
Yeah.
Here, when it comes to this time of the year and you're out camping, you have to be...
Bear aware.
Bear aware. Apparently there is a bear in the area, which that always makes me laugh when I see that sign. Because there's bears everywhere in Canada.
Whether or not you see them is another issue.
Yeah, we've had one just around our house the last few weeks. So they are everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a bear in front of us and we hear a bear walling, we must come back to get bear.
Okay. So I don't know if you caught that. I didn't catch all of it, but there was something about a father and a bear, and if we see it, we got to go and get bear spray.
Yeah.
Was that the gist of that conversation?
No, if you see a bear in front of the Jeep, you need to hop out of the Jeep and grab your bear spray.
Oh.
Not exactly how I do that scenario.
No, me either. I would probably stay in the Jeep and save my bear spray.
Yeah.
Stop.
So a lot of these campgrounds, I haven't checked this one, but will have actual bear safes, if you will. Is that the correct term?
bear safes, yeah.
So for you to store your food in. If you're going to store it outside, don't just leave it in a cooler. It has to go up in a tree, or it has to be secured properly.
That's right, yeah.
They know.
Also, leaving it in your car isn't a great idea.
No, because they can open doors with enough effort.
Yeah, and they don't need a key.
A mosquito is a moth.
It's a moth, it's fine.
So again, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know that you're supposed to suspend your food. It has to be high enough to stop them coming to you, and so on and so forth. So we may put the bear aware thing here for you to read if you don't know it. Normally they're more scared of you. The only time they come near you is if they smell your gorgeous food. One thing I've always done is when I'm cooking, I normally make sure I know which way the wind's blowing.
Yes.
Just so that I know which way a bear would be coming if there was one approaching. Again, I'm not an expert, so you might know a better method. Like you get in the car and let your wife cook. That might work.
Now, this could be something that you might know. when is actually the worst time of year for bears being more aggressive? Is it in the spring when they're hungry, when they've slept? In the summer when they just know people have food? Or in the fall when they want to get fat?
Well, again, I'm no expert. I'm just going to guess at this one, and we'll change it in the subtitles if it's wrong. But I would expect when they've come out of hibernation, they're going to be pretty hungry.
Yeah.
So that's when I would say they would be most aggressive. But again, also when they're going into hibernation, I know they pack on food, so they're going to be aggressive again to get as much food as possible. I guess in the summer they just tick over, or because nobody really wants to eat too much in the summer. Well, when I say nobody. So again, they've got single toilets and washrooms dotted around, but there's a main building as well, which looks extremely clean.
Yes.
Okay, we'll head out of here and we'll show you a map of the campground, and then we'll do the rest of the little trip to Nakusp.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
That's good.
Nakusp settlement history begins in 1892 when the town site was put up for sale by the Rand brothers. 25-foot lots were sold for as much as $300 each. Speculation was Nakusp would become a mining town. Because there were no roads or railways to Nakusp in the early days, goods were shipped in and out of the town by waterways, water transport called paddle wheelers on the Arrow Lakes. Nakusp was a thriving community on the shipping route from Castlegar to Revelstoke. The importance of the forest industry to the local economy was obvious by the mid-20th century, and it became a major economic base of Nakusp. Elgar began operations in 1951, and Nakusp became the centre of a large pole and lumber industry. Interfor now operates the main forestry operations in Nakusp, and several mills are currently in operation. So for the first time in over a year and a half or so,
Yeah.
I've been into a liquor store. I've been into those many times over that time, I can assure you. However, this time, I did not have to wear a face covering. No, I know it's been a hard time for a lot of people, and it's been a thing that we've needed to do, but I do believe now we're coming out of it, so that's great. Thank goodness.
It's nice to have that little bit of a break and it feel a little bit normal again.
Yeah. Although I was very respectful. As I walked in, I asked very politely whether I was required to wear one, and the lady behind the counter, with all gratefulness and big smile, said no. But I did have one with me. It's that bloke again. We've been following somebody down the road all the way here, and he's just pulled in front of us.
As a matter of fact, we were behind them on the ferry.
Yes, we were. So you'll recognise his license plate number.
But we're just pulling into the Nakusp Municipal Campground. They did have a big sign saying complete fire ban in effect.
And another one that says there's a bear in the area. I think that one's just there all year round.
It could be, but
although this is actually closed, isn't it?
It is. I think it closes in October and comes back in May.
This is a nice little campground, though. It's run by two lovely people, and we'll introduce you to those guys later. So we will get ourselves set up. We might even do a time lapse. People have been asking for time lapses of our setup, so we will do that for everybody.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we'll get ourselves checked in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which normally means Sar goes and does it.
Yeah.
which he's about to do.
That's
Oh well.
okay.
So we've been asked by a lot of people to actually do a undoing of the tent. I was going to say unboxing, that's something totally different. So we're going to do it on time lapse because it does take a while, about 2 minutes. So let's go. We'll start a timer just now.
Minute 20.
So that's 1 minute 20, but that's the first stage of the setup. After that stage, I normally have a cold cider. I think that's about 9 minutes fully done.
We'll check the time.
Okay, we'll put it here. Well, yeah, take a look.
Hurry, a rainstorm's coming.
Devon's just fixing all of the inside flaps. Bethan's guarding the ladder
From Devon.
from Devon. But
If he comes near the ladder, I will make him do his chore.
yeah, but it's a really big inside space, so we found that we can get a table comfortably in here, everybody's chairs. Devon's little sleeping area is generally underneath the ladder, and it works really well for us. Put the Alu-Boxes on the floor for ease of storage and access, and using as tables, which is always great. And Bethan also likes to sit on them. And the kids are getting ready for a storm because I think there's a bit of a storm coming in. Is it beer o'clock?
We are not endorsed by Stella Artois, by the way. But if Stella Artois want to send me a case, they're quite welcome to. No, just joking. Storm is coming.
Are you glad the annex is up?
I'm glad that we're watertight now, yes.
But I was saying that our general setup inside the annex is we can fit all 4 chairs in, no problem.
Oh yeah, easily. And a table. And a bed.
And we put the Alu-Boxes down for extra ease of access of storage.
Yeah.
Tables.
So we'll do that now. But I was just going to show you the setup at the back of the Jeep before we start pulling everything out. Okay, so before the storm arrives, which it looks imminent, we'll try and get through this. Lots of people ask us about how we set up and what we do at the back of the Jeep. So there's a few things that have really made overlanding easier for us. The first thing has to be, gotta sell you, Overland Kitchen, JK Kitchen. Cooker, which we'll go through all this later, we'll do it in depth, but cooker, 2 drawers, and a fridge slide. Okay, so Snowmaster USA, Todd, awesome person, awesome ethics, and what a brilliant product. It's all stainless steel. Again, we'll go through it properly later. And then the thing that's just finished our setup off, is that right? Setup off? Yes, yeah. It is setup off. Didn't sound right. These things. These have changed the way we camp. Alu-Box, waterproof, dustproof, absolutely almost indestructible. They're brilliant. Normally we travel with one up here, but we literally put in this one. This has got all our clothes in this one.
Yeah.
And then we have one for all our sleeping bags, and then another one for all our extra clothes and other bits.
So we are just walking through downtown Nakusp. We just grabbed some groceries, and we've also had an ice cream from Jill and Haas's Bistro. We'll show you a little screenshot of them over there, but they also have things like meat, buffalo pepperoni if you're into that sort of thing, and outdoor seating, and they have some really nice tabletops as well. It's a really nice little area to go and check out with the kids. Everything's really walkable, which is probably the biggest highlight for us. And the downtown core has a waterfront that you can walk along as well. So it's really nice to take them on their bikes or their scooters. You don't have to worry about any cars or anything like that. It's probably about 30 degrees today, but it's absolutely gorgeous out, and we're just enjoying the sun.
As you look south down Arrow Lakes, you can see in the distance Scalping Knife Mountain. Beyond that is Burton. As we strolled through the garden, Sarah mentioned to me that she felt at peace. The way that the flora came up to your height or even higher gave you the feeling of being alone and isolated from the world. Kind of like you were going to get swallowed up by it. For me, that was a blessing in this chaotic world. Sometimes you just need to take a break from life, and this was a perfect place to experience that ease. Surrounded by idyllic mountains and beautiful lakes, the Nakusp Museum is home to many artifacts, photos and stories of Nakusp, and the area's rich history. An excerpt from Pioneer Days by Kate Johnson in 1964 really sum up Nakusp, and I quote, "I've discovered here the rare beauty of nature and the appreciation for this by a human soul. I've met here the real monument to the spirit of the pioneers discovering new horizons." So, after another great day in Nakusp, we've made our weary way back to camp for the evening, ready to recharge on s'mores, but not on an open fire on our propane fire pit. Bring on Sunday. Part of the problem when you're doing this sort of thing is when you forget something and it's 34 degrees. I've had to route march all the way back from town to come and get the camera. My fault, I forgot it. Anyway, back to the family and back to the market. What's that, Bethan? Chocolate chip cookie?
For Dada.
For me? Just for me?
Yeah, me, it's a tiny piece for you.
Yummy.
I got the rest.
I got the rest here. I think she decided it was a bit sticky.
Yeah. I'm surprised
It's a bit
there was a
melty.
line up here.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it yummy day?
Mmm.
Oh, really?
Oh, it climbed into my hand.
You don't drop them though, okay? Because they're breakable. They have to go on your shelf at home.
It climbed into my hand. Maybe I put this down below where the baby won't get it.
Is that the one you want?
Yeah.
Ask Mummy nicely then.
It can't bit me.
You think it bit you?
Get off me! Get off me!
So is this the one that you want to buy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
We'll
can't
ask the
like
lady.
me.
We'll ask the lady to buy it.
Voyage down the tranquil tree-lined Nakusp Farmers Market on a Saturday morning to delight in its quarter-century-long tradition. Between May 22nd and October 9th, open between 9 and 1 p.m. Community spirit is palpable here, amongst the farm fresh produce, artisan baked goods and local craftspeople. A place where market visitors know the exact origins of their food. A taste of the simple life is available at every market stand. This traditional farmers market boasts a stellar array of original talent, cherishing food security while providing ease of access to safe and healthy food. Crossing the amazing rainbow crosswalk, everybody chose their own colour. As I was filming this, I couldn't take my blue. After another amazing day in Nakusp, with temperatures reaching over 40 degrees, it was time for an ice cream. There's only one place to go, Hoss and Jill's Bistro. So there really are two things Beth Ann could eat her own weight in. One is ice cream, the other is cheese. I guess she's a dairy girl. Hoss and Jill's Bistro, Nakusp, is located on 212 Broadway Street West. This is an excellent location to stop and enjoy some of their excellent cuisine. A big shout out to Hoss and Jill's Bistro in Nakusp and all their staff. What an amazing experience. It's a must stop. On my way in to use the facilities, I ran into an old friend. Oh, sorry, no it's not. Sorry, Richard. I just wanted to give you an update. So, when you watch people overlanding and doing all this stuff that we do, it's always sunshine and brightness and butterflies and things. The reality isn't quite that. So this is day 3 at Nakusp. We've been very lucky for the last 2 days to get no bad weather. Well, I can assure you, it's different right now. We are so thankful that we've got the annex on the iCamper right now, because it is persisting it down. So yeah, it's always sunbeams and rainbows and butterfly wings when we do these things. Always. Oh well, guess what? I have another cider. I'm good. She's still on non-alcoholic beer.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
Did you sleep well?
I did.
I'm making you a very intense breakfast this morning.
Okay.
You get it? Intense? Because you're going to eat it in the tent. Okay, I don't know, it's funny. Okay, so it's taken me a long time to make this. So I hope you enjoy it. As we leave Nakusp, after packing up in the pouring rain, we pass Hoss and Jill's Bistro on the right, heading back down towards Fokia. The ferry home will take us back, and within 2 hours we should be home. Or that's what we thought. Hi everybody, so we're just coming to the end of this adventure. We're on our way home now, we're just leaving Nakusp. Packed up in absolute pouring rain, and now look at it, absolutely glorious. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and you remember, you know, get out there. It doesn't matter what you're driving, what your tent is, it really doesn't matter. You just get out there and enjoy it. You only live once, and it's not a rehearsal. One last thing you have to remember is the journey doesn't end at the summit. See you soon. So we've run into a little snag. Well, it's not a snag so much, but it's something that we've never had happen before. We've arrived at Fokia. Can we?
Oh,
Fokia, to the ferry that goes across the Needles. And the queue is probably half a mile long to get on there. So working on, they're going to take, I don't know, maybe 30 cars at a time, and it takes half an hour to go across and back again. This could be a little bit of a wait.
It could be.
Yeah. So take a look and see what you think. So, this hurry up and wait. Yeah.
Yeah. You could always make lunch.
We could. But I'm not going to. There's nothing we can do. So, we just sit and wait.
Why?
Could be worse. Could be raining. Looks like it's going to. We'll show you getting on the ferry eventually when we get there. So, after the 2-hour wait for the Needles ferry, we're finally on board, and we were the last car on, believe it or not. It literally was the last car, although they could have probably got 2 more on. You can see the poor gentleman behind us, he has a trailer. If he didn't have the trailer, he'd have made it. So, feel sorry for him, but we're on. Trip that should have taken us 3 hours to home is probably going to take us 5 now, but it's not a bad place to be stopped, is it? So you're looking south at the moment, down Arrow Lake. That goes down towards obviously Nelson and that sort of area. So, yeah. Give you a quick look around again. If you like this, head over to buyusacoffee.com. That's www.buyusacoffee.com /Summit Overland. And thank you again.